President call, I have the honor to report that there are now present members of the graduating class, the staff, and the faculty of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York, the governing bodies of the City of New York and State of New York, all gathered to participate in these, the 56th commencement exercises of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 56th commencement exercises of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York. Now, under the direction of Dr. Stephen Dahlke, Queensborough Community College music students, Kiara Castillo, Bo Kim, Veronica Mascara, Sarika Ramdim, Yasmin Gonzalez, Aisha Taveras, Sungwon An, Hulangan Sogi Nolan Found, Jerry Lotuskar Jr., Yingda Lee, and Ziani Yuan will lead us in singing our national anthem. Will everyone please rise?
Which one my last?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The audience will please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York, Dr. Diane B. Call.
Thank you, Grand Marshal McGill. Buenos dias. Zon. Bon matin.
안녕하세요. صبح بخير.
Namaskar. Dobro Uttara.
And bonjour.
Buongiorno.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the 56th commencement ceremonies of our college. On this very special day, we celebrate the accomplishments of our students who will receive degrees and certificates, and you all look fantastic. As of this morning, you will be graduates of Queensborough Community College. Welcome to your family and friends, to our elected officials, to representatives of the CUNY Board of Trustees and the Chancellery, the Queensborough Community College Fund, the Alumni Association, and the faculty and staff who were such an important part of your college experience. This year, almost 2,600 students will graduate from Queensborough. That's amazing. Some will go on to university study, and our students apply to colleges all over the country. Many of them choose to study at our outstanding sister schools, the senior colleges of the City University of New York, including Queens, Baruch, Brooklyn, York, Hunter. Those are our nurses. John Jay, CCNY, the College of Staten Island, New York City Technical College, Lehman, and the School for Professional Studies. Some of our graduates go on to study at state universities, Stony Brook, otherwise known as Queensborough East, Albany, Old Westbury, Farmingdale, Purchase, Binghamton. Yeah. Some of our graduates will attend a private college, such as Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, NYU, Columbia, Hofstra, Adelphi, St. John's, UCLA, too, Stanford, Fordham, Boston University, and CW Post, among many others. Oswego, there you go. Some of you will graduate from rigorous career programs which have prepared you to work in the world of health, business, or technology fields. You came to Queensborough from all parts of the world, representing 129 countries of origin, with 78 languages represented. Each of you has a personal story of courage and determination and sacrifice to achieve this accomplishment. And that is for a better life for you and for your families through education. And everyone here salutes your accomplishments today. Among you are military veterans who served our country with honor and who sacrificed along with their families to protect our way of life. Will Amir Ali, Raymond Arroyo, Stanley Charles, Dajan Davis, Marian Espinosa, Nicola Gale Brown, Reginald Lesan, Jose Madrano, Justin Montgomery, Theophika Sampson, Joseph Durham, Jennifer Robinson, Nicholas Morris, Melissa Ariza, Tricia Zamas, Ramon Rivera, and Edwin Ruiz, along with anyone else in our audience today who have served our country. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service. As graduates, you leave with knowledge, new and advanced skills, and most of all, personal values developed through the journey which took you to this special day. Your experiences at Queensborough have changed you. Interactions with one another, with strangers who became friends, and with faculty and staff who became your mentors, all influenced your life. Now you will apply that knowledge and those special skills, and most of all, the values that you hold to better your life and that of others. This is your day, and many important people have come to bring you greetings. Welcome to the Honorable Toby Ann Stavisky, New York State Senator and Ranking Member on the Higher Education Committee. Senator Stavisky has been tireless in her work with fellow legislators, Democrats and Republicans, to ensure access to affordable higher education, quality education for all those who seek it.
Thank you, President Call, and my colleagues and friends. Abraham Lincoln once said, "If I have 8 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend 6 hours sharpening my axe." And that's what you've been doing. You have spent 2 years sharpening your skills. Perhaps some of you have spent longer than 2 years, but you've been sharpening your skills, you've been studying, you've been learning, and now you're ready to chop down that tree. Many of you came to Queensborough from all over the world. You came to the United States, the land of opportunity, and you are not alone. We are a nation and we are a borough of immigrants who share a vision and a commitment. And when you leave here today, you can proudly say, "I am a graduate, a proud graduate of Queensborough Community College who took advantage of the opportunity given to me." Queensborough Community College is part of the City University of New York, and they have an historic mission going back to 1847, 170 years ago, when the Free Academy, which is now City College, was established to educate the children of immigrants. And that mission is as true today as it was 170 years ago. It hasn't changed, and we continue to educate newcomers to the United States. As the former chair and currently ranking member of the Senate Committee on Higher Education, I view higher education as a three-legged stool. It must be accessible, it must be affordable, and it must be of the highest quality, and it is. And we need all three legs to succeed. New York is the first state in the nation to provide tuition-free colleges for families earning up to $100,000 this year. And I've had that bill in the legislature for a number of years, providing free tuition. And by 2020, the amount of income will be up to $125,000. It's called the Excelsior Scholarship. Excelsior is the New York State motto, and it means ever upward. As the abolitionist Harriet Tubman said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world." We are all dreamers aspiring to do great deeds. Soon, I hope, we will enable more dreamers to achieve their educational goals, because we need to pass the DREAM Act. So that all New Yorkers, regardless of how they arrived in this country, have the same opportunity to succeed. The poet Maya Angelou wrote, "It is time for parents to teach young people early on that in diversity there is beauty and there is strength." We are a diverse nation who shares a vision and a commitment for a better future. And let us endeavor to protect our immigrants, to fight bigotry and discrimination. And let us resist intolerance and racism. And let us stand up and fight for the American dream. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Senator Stavisky. It is a true pleasure to welcome the Honorable David Weprin, member of the New York State Assembly and a very, very good friend to Queensborough for many, many years.
Thank you, President Diane Bova-Call, and thank you for all your service to Queensborough Community College. Good morning, honored guests, distinguished faculty, parents, and of course you, the Queensborough Community College graduating class of 2017. It is a great honor for me to be with you all today at your 56th commencement ceremony. Give yourselves a moment to take in this historic day. Today is the result of your hard work and dedication, a testament to your character instilled in you by your family, your community, and your friends. Your Queensborough Community College degree is proof of all of these things, a symbol of what you have accomplished and a passport to future success. Your college career probably seemed to be a marathon of classes, projects, club meetings, job hunting, and countless other challenges. Some of you balanced your college career with other responsibilities, such as caring for a child or working at a job. Yet through it all, you charged forward, exceeding every expectation along the way. Words cannot express how proud I am of each and every one of you sitting here today. So as you graduate today, don't forget to thank those who got you here. Google, Wikipedia, coffee, and of course, copy and paste. You are truly a remarkable group of young men and women that represent the best and the brightest of Queens. Just looking around this gorgeous campus and the incredible diversity of its student body, one can immediately understand why Queensborough is truly the lifeblood of our communities and a cornerstone of our educational system. Queens, of course, as you know, is New York's largest and most diverse borough. If one were to travel across the borough, they will hear more than 160 languages spoken and meet residents from more than 120 different countries around the world. The students here at Queensborough are truly representative of the world's borough that we all love and cherish. They represent the values we hold dearly in Queens: mutual respect, understanding, and acceptance. To all the graduates here today, I can say on behalf of myself, the New York State Assembly, and the state of New York, that we are immeasurably proud of each and every one of you. We admire your steadfast determination and your hunger for success. Now, the road ahead will be similar to what you have experienced in college. There will be tasks, projects, assignments, deadlines, and of course, responsibilities. You will be tested and graded in different ways. You will be expected to reach certain goals and objectives. But as you have already proven, you'll be able to handle those obstacles and power through them. Although we use commencement as a synonym for graduation, commencement, of course, actually means beginning or start. So when my children graduated, I asked them one question about their future, and your parents may ask you the same question tonight. When are you moving out? But again, as you embark on your careers, each one of you will find a way to change the world in some way. The world welcomes those who strive to better themselves and those who work to make the world a better place. Armed with a great education and the support of those closest to you, the class of 2017 will be an inspiration for your families, your community, and the lives of those you touch. At every turning point in your lives, remember the words of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Congratulations, Queensborough Community College, class of 2017.
Thank you, Assemblymember Weprin. I am pleased to introduce the Honorable Sandra Wilkin, who will bring greetings as a member of the CUNY Board of Trustees.
Is this the biggest tent ever? My goodness. Greetings, President Diane Call, Senator Stavisky, Assembly Member Weprin, Chancellor for Student Affairs Christopher Rosa, esteemed faculty, friends, family, and most importantly, as we keep saying, the Queensborough Community College graduating class of 2017. And on behalf of Chairman William Thompson and the entire CUNY Board of Trustees, congratulations to you and your families. What impressed me about Queensborough Community College and the system of Queensborough, it is the diversity, and it's unmatched in the world, and we keep saying it for good reason. And to the CUNY family celebrating Shavuot, Chag Sameach, and those in our community family in the Muslim faith, Ramadan Mubarak. On this campus, you can find students from, as we say, and we keep saying it because it's so great, 140 different countries who speak 84 different languages. Not only that, each of you came to Queensborough with vastly different life experiences. Single parents, veterans, the first in your family to attend college. My life experience as a community college turned out to be a special time in my life. I attended Queensborough Community College, and it gave me the direction I needed to go. You see, my mother never graduated from high school, and like most mothers in the 1960s, she never worked outside the home. So when my father passed away in my late teens, my mother found herself single, unemployed, and unprepared. What I wanted to do was step in and help. My plan was to take a job right after high school and not attend college at all. But you know how mothers are. You don't have a choice but to listen to them, right? So my mother thought that was a terrible idea, and I ended up spending the next 2 years at Queensborough Community College, and it truly was an incredible opportunity that, looking back, I was so glad I took. The education I gained was a launching pad for my career as a head of my own construction company. If a place like this can tell a teenage girl it's okay to go ahead, head first, into the construction business, to not just be a builder, but to build her own company, imagine the path that you can take because of the education you are receiving. Looking back, even though community college wasn't my first choice, it was what I wanted to do in life. It turned out to be my best choice. And that's where many community colleges are today. They are very often the best choice. And I want to recognize President Call for her work on student retention and graduation rates here at Queensborough, and providing the students with personalized service that you all know very, very well, intensive advising, and illuminating career pathways to bachelor's degree. It's no surprise that more than half of Queensborough associate degree recipients transfer to a bachelor's program, and that is the highest of all community colleges in CUNY. So congratulations. What an honor. And places like Queensborough are one of the best kept secrets in America. According to Forbes, the fastest growing jobs in America just are two-year degrees. I remember what former Vice President Joe Biden said. We need the best educated and the most skilled workforce in the world. As a trustee of CUNY and a community college grad, and being here today, I can safely say that those words apply to all of you. But it was Joe's wife, Dr. Jill Biden, a community college professor, who said it best about the students she worked with. As a community college professor for over 20 years, I've seen the determination, resilience, and the dedication of countless students. Regardless of the circumstances, they show up. They work hard. They believe anything is possible. Not only that, today you are joining a list of community college graduates: Tom Hanks, Morgan Freeman, George Lucas, and we cannot forget Ray Romano. And not a bad group to be associated with. You are entering the next phase of your life at a time of great opportunity in our world, but also full of great challenge and uncertainty. We all probably feel the same way. Because of that, you have an immense opportunity to make your mark on the world. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the opportunity for community college graduates. And there's no better place to do that than the epicenter, as all we know as New York City. It's a place where you can start any business or any career and get the training you need anywhere in the CUNY family. Where else would you be able to leave a place like Queens and take a train ride over to a place like Brooklyn or a ferry ride out of Staten Island? Where else would you be able to get on the Q27 here? To take it to Queensborough, and then you have a choice of 13 impressive four-year institutions in the CUNY family upon graduating. There are other graduating today, too, who will have to leave their cities, states, and even countries for the same opportunities you have right here. That level of opportunity is unparalleled and unmatched anywhere else. CUNY is opportunity central, and it's now your chance to seize that opportunity. You can take this opportunity to start something that no one has done before. You can take this opportunity to take a risk on a path that you may not know is right. You can take this opportunity to launch your career and become the best at what you do. That is the promise and the opportunity afforded by a great education at Queensborough. To the Queensborough Community College class of 2017, and I bet you can't stop hearing that, I not only wish you well, but I wish you a life full of determination, resilience, and a belief that anything is possible. Live your journey. Congratulations.
Thank you, Trustee Wilkin. Bringing greetings from the Chancellor is Interim Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, Dr. Christopher Rosa.
Thank you very much, President Call. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of our Chancellor, James Milliken, it is my distinct honor and privilege to ask a very important question this morning. Is the Queensborough Community College graduating class of 2017 in the house? That's what I'm talking about. All right. It's such an honor and a privilege for me to be here. Thank you, Trustee Wilkins, and for pointing out this is quite a tent, which reminds me of a joke. One joke. A gentleman walks into a psychologist's office and says, Doctor, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam, I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam. He says, relax, you're 2 tents. See, you could only get away with telling a joke like that when you're at home and you're among family. And I am so grateful for Queensborough Community College to feel like my home and for all of you to feel like extended members of my family. I live in this neighborhood. This is my community, and I'm proud to say that Queensborough Community College is my community's college. Congratulations to all of you for all that you've accomplished, and congratulations to all the members of the Queensborough family who have made this feel like home for all of us. When I think about the arc of my life's narrative, so many significant moments are punctuated with moments that have occurred here on this beautiful campus. Before I was born, my mom tells me of stories of sledding on the hills of this campus before Queensborough Community College was a college, when it was the Oakland Golf Club, having hot chocolate in what is now the faculty house. Truly wonderful memories. I'm a proud graduate of Francis Lewis High School, and it was in the Performing Arts Center here in 1985 where I was inducted to the National Honor Society, a memory that I certainly cherish. And I fell in love. I was a late bloomer, but the first girl I fell in love with was a Queensborough girl. Yes, a Queensborough girl. We used to walk hand in hand to Oakland Lake, and it's where I had my first kiss. Yes, and 6 months later, it was where I was first dumped. But it's still a really beautiful lake, don't you think? But clearly, this is our neighborhood, this is our community, and I'm so proud that Queensborough Community College is our community college. Queensborough is a place that feels like community and family because of the remarkable leadership you have. The college led by President Call, who keeps students at the center and the heart of everything that she does. Please join me in giving her a round of applause. And I'm proud to be here with my dear friend and wonderful colleague, Vice President Michelle Hodge, and his wonderful team for Student Affairs, who work so hard to create such remarkable leaders here at Queensborough Community College. Please give them a round of applause. And I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege just to share some of the stories of a few of the remarkable leaders that are assembled among you here today that I think are emblematic of the leadership and the spirit that is so distinguishing a characteristic of Queensborough Community College. My friend and colleague Kelvin Henry is graduating today. Kelvin is a proud member of the CUNY disability community. He acquired his disability, a spinal cord injury, as the result of a gunshot wound. And undaunted, Kelvin came here to Queensborough Community College searching for the promise of opportunity and a better life. He had a passion for fashion and a desire to extend high fashion to a community in the United States that has long been ignored when it comes to all aspects of our culture, and that's the community of more than 56 Americans with disabilities. Kelvin saw more than an opportunity for inclusion. He saw a market and an opportunity. And participating in the Capital One Innovation Challenge, he created his own distinctive brand, a clothing line that is accessible and fashion-forward for individuals with disabilities. Let's give a round of applause for Kelvin. Kelvin will be a fashion mogul, and I could see myself 10 years from now coming to him for a job. And the terrifying thing about that is that I think on that day, he'll remember me sitting before him in this hat. and asked to himself, Chris Rosa in high fashion? I don't think so. Be generous, Kelvin. I'd also, in the spirit of true leadership, like to acknowledge your remarkable leadership team in the student government. President Magadem and Vice President Khan for their remarkable leadership. And they've led, and their leadership team led this campus community through one of the more challenging periods in recent memory. In the wake of the presidential election, which sent shockwaves throughout all of our communities, they took to the campus and they went out and they spoke to their fellow Queensborough students, engaging in sometimes difficult and uncomfortable conversations, all in the spirit of new understanding and healing. And as a result of that, as this campus community and our city and our nation begins to move forward in unity and healing, we're proud to say that we'll all be able to look back at your student leadership and say they were the ones who got this conversation started right here in our community, in our neighborhood, here at Queensborough Community College. So please give them a round of applause. Today, all of you will go on from this place, from this sacred place that you call home, armed with Queensborough Community College degrees, poised to take on the world and to leave your distinctive imprint on our community. You will go on to senior colleges and make your mark there. You will go on to be leaders in healthcare, in public service, in business. And in doing so, again, you will leave your distinctive imprint on our community and our society. And as you do so, remember the values that you learned here. Remember the values of creativity and innovation and community and healing and leadership, all the traits that you've honed here at Queensborough Community College. In doing so, shine brightly and show them who you are. Show them that you are proud members of the Queensborough Community College family. Congratulations to all of you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Rosa. Bringing greetings on behalf of the faculty, Dr. Philip Pecorino, Chairperson of the Faculty Executive Committee.
First, I want to acknowledge everyone who's part of the presidential party. And next, to acknowledge you, the graduates, no longer students, graduates. You've made it. On behalf of the faculty, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. And I want to thank each and every one of you for a couple of things. One, I want to thank you for all the hard work that you put into producing this outcome here with all of us today. This is what we're here to produce, and you have done it through a lot of hardship, I'm sure. I want to also thank you, your predecessors, for teaching me a lesson about graduation speakers. Keep it short, very short. So I will, and it has to do with a lesson learned. You should never forget that if you set your mind to an attainable goal, you will be able to achieve it. That's what this degree and the diploma signify. Don't ever forget that as you go through life. It's something that you must remember, that you are achievers now, recognized as such, and you probably aren't going to change. Given all that you've been through to arrive at this point today, remember that. So as you go forward in life, don't forget that, and something else. Try to be as kind as you can to as many people as you can for the benefit of all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bringing greetings from the college's Academic Senate is the outgoing chair of the Academic Senate Steering Committee, Dr. Peter Bales.
Thank you, President Call and distinguished guests, and congratulations to the class of 2017. I am here representing Queensborough's Academic Senate. As I always say, the Academic Senate is the democratic voice of the academic community of Queensborough Community College in all matters affecting the welfare of the institution. It is made up of the various constituencies of the college, including faculty, administration, alumni, and yes, most definitely, students. In other words, for over 50 years now, the Academic Senate has been the place where we all come together to decide collectively what kind of a place we want Queensborough to be. A number of our graduates have contributed to the work of the Academic Senate and served as officers of the Student Government Association, and I wish to acknowledge them by name. President Forbad Hadisadeh Mogadam. Executive Vice President Udia Dewanamuni. Administrative Vice President Chioma Jones. Treasurer Rezi Arabai. Programming Vice President Harris Khan. President Pro Tem James Cervantes. These graduates have made a difference, and we should give them collectively a round of applause. And now to all of you, as you embark on life after Queensborough, my main message is that whether you graduates intend to immediately enter the workforce full-time or you plan to proceed on to your senior college, we can all agree that if you have an issue or a problem, it is always best to keep in close touch with your employer or your professor. In that spirit, I've printed out my 3 favorite email excuses I've gotten from my QCC students. And if you like them, maybe you can use them yourself in the future. Here's the first one. Dear Professor Bales, I'm sorry, but I am going to have to miss class today. This morning, my little brother made us breakfast, and I think I have to go to the hospital. I promise I'll get the class notes from my friend as soon as I am done being sick. That works. You can use that. Here's another one. Dear Professor Bales, I'm sorry for missing today's exam. I went to my cousin's birthday party last night, and when I woke up, I did not realize what day it is. And my favorite, Dear Professor Bales, this morning I slipped on the ice and injured my ankle, my knee, my hip, my ribs, my elbow, and my shoulder. I also think I have a concussion and internal bleeding. So I'm sorry I'm going to be about 20 minutes late to class. But seriously, today is a well-deserved time to celebrate your accomplishments with your family and friends. And most of all, tomorrow, when you are making new friends, always remember your old friends here at Queensborough. Class of 2017, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Bales. Bringing greetings from your fellow students, Mr. Fabad Hadizada Mogadam, who has served with honor and integrity as the president of the Queensborough Student Association.
My fellow graduates, before I proceed, I would like to thank the people who have helped me stand here today. I would like to thank all QCC faculty members, administrators, staffers, and of course, the most important crowd here, you. You, the class of 2017 graduates. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to serve as this year's Student Government President, and thank you for allowing me to say a couple words here today. I would like to give a special thanks to the parents and families who supported their students. In the audience today, there are sons, daughters, parents, wives, and husbands who are graduating today because of their families and friends that supported their endeavors. Graduation is an accomplishment that not everyone achieves. Graduation demonstrates competence. You have been judged by your faculty and they have acknowledged that you are competent enough to receive a degree today. Yet, you will meet many competent and talented people who will never reach their goals. Yet, what can distinguish success is the ability to pursue your goals without the fear of failure. Robert F. Kennedy once said, "Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly." My message to all the graduates here today is do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to fail. I can proudly say I'm standing here because I have failed previously. I have failed in middle school, running for elections, high school running for elections, and before the Queensborough elections, I asked myself, how could this election be any different? If I failed so many times in high school, how can I ever get elected in a CUNY college filled with over 15,000 students? I didn't want to look like a fool, so I didn't tell my friends. Although I had lost other elections, I ran and won at Queensborough. It was my passion, and I was not going to quit because of failure. Every single one of us here has a passion. Every single one of us here has a passion and a goal that we believe is so much more closer to us as we walk away with our degrees today. I want to challenge you today. You are not finished. Don't fall into this false sense of security. I want this class to remember that the world does not owe you anything, and you could stand here graduating without ever being closer to your goal. So, my fellow graduates, pursue your dreams, goals, and ambitions, and do not be afraid to fail them. Do not be afraid to take risk. Because when you die, you don't want to die knowing that you tried and failed. You much rather die knowing, you would not want to die knowing that you never tried at all. And now for a special tribute, I will be dropping the mic. Class of 2017, we out.
Very dramatic. Thank you, President Mogadon. With us on the platform are many distinguished guests who will not be speaking. Please hold your applause until I have finished recognizing all of them. Mr. Peter Tu, Executive Director of the Flushing Chinese Business Association and a founding member of Queensborough's Asian Community Advisory Board. Mr. Joseph Dubowski, Board Member of the Friends of Veterans of New York, Inc. From the college, Vice President, Senior Vice President, and Chief Operating Officer, Sherry Newcomb. Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Timothy Lynch. Vice Presidents Karen Steele, Michelle Hodge, Rosemary Zins, William Faulkner, Stephen DiDio, and Denise Ward. Deans Liza Larios, Arthur Corradetti, Glenn Birdie, Sandra Palmer, Brian Kerr, Laura Bruno, Kathleen Landy, Jeffrey Chen. Representing our own Queensborough Community College Fund Board of Directors are Ms. Charlene Prunis, Mr. Gary Schultz, and Mrs. Ellie Imparato. The President of the QCC Alumni Association, Michael Conigliaro, and the chairpeople from our 16 fantastic academic departments. Now you can applaud. "50 years ago, Queensborough celebrated its 6th commencement exercises. This year, the college celebrates the Golden Jubilee of our class of 1967 and the silver anniversary of the class of 1992. Members of these classes have come back to Queensborough to reunite with their former classmates and to salute you, the class of 2017. From the 50th anniversary class, and the first group are actually Queensborough professors: Stu Asser, Charles Spiteri, Bruce Naples, Vincent Stigliano, Michael Marion, and our 25th anniversary class, Kathy Lowell Gokal, Michael Conigliaro, Joyce Wright Laporte, Verna Innes, Erica Dixon. Welcome home to all of our alums. We now move to the portion of these ceremonies where we recognize members of our graduating class who are receiving honors. It is my pleasure to present the college awards, and as I call your name, will the recipients please come forward? The John F. Kennedy Memorial Award goes to the student, in this case, 2 students, demonstrating outstanding college community leadership, Mr. Harris Khan and Mr. Farbad Mogadon. The Martin Luther King Jr. Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated exceptional leadership in promoting harmony and appreciation of cultural diversity, Ms. Fatima Faisal. We have President's Awards for students in each of our 3 degree areas. For outstanding achievement in Associate in Arts degree with a perfect 4.0 average, Ms. Nicole Wee. Nicole is going on to Hunter for a bachelor's degree and then a master's degree in English. The President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in Associate in Science goes to Mr. Sergei Zhumarev. Sorry about that, Sergei. Sergei is going on to the City College to study biology and then on to med school. The President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Associate in Applied Science, Ms. Farani Kumar. Ms. Kumar is going on to Queens College to study accounting. Grand Marshal?
We shall now proceed with the conferring of degrees and certificates. The candidates will be presented by the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Timothy Lynch. Will the audience please refrain from applauding until degrees for each group have been conferred and certificates granted? Will candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts please rise?
President Call, these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am pleased to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the Vice President and the faculty of the college, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Arts with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto appertaining.
Shaniza Rahim. David Nurse. Diana Salvatera. Alicia Clark. Wait, get the card. Lenore Tull. Patricia Tulloch. Kristen Altman. Aaron Zucker. Catherine Fernandez. Jennifer Clotaire. Maria Gonzalez Sanchez. Christian Delano. Stephanie Tufarella. Aji Roberson. Hixel Sanchez. Jacqueline Reyes. Rosalina Espinal. Jeremy Rodriguez. Farbod Hadizadeh Mogadam. Jocelyn Castillo. Jessica Bakalima. Nicole Wee. Natalia Diaz. Faruz Rivera. Michael Cartagena. Devi Rameshwar. Monica Flores. Luz Davis. Jasmine Ruiz. Kimberly Garcia. Vanessa Surpris. Samantha Dunbar. Sarita Tate. Joanne Doug. Sunsiri Rogers. Allison Hamilton. Patricia Delorme. Hane Alamanasir. Monica Hernandez. Christy Liang. Rola Atier. Yiran Hu. Brenda Tapia. Mark Luke. Monique Simone. Nastasia Rao. Caitlin Neal Karut. Adrian Malone Griffiths. Jennifer Rodriguez. Oshani Pereira. Shalana Hussein. Vanessa Rivera. Amanda Flakanchich. Jamie Mock. Harris Khan. Prisha St. John. Roseanne Love. Kiabeth Jimenez. Karen Banks. Kelly Boudou. Johanna Acosta. Tiara Williamson. Vanessa Zambrano. Emily DeJesus. Christina Serpa. Sasha Williams. Shirley Michelle Williams. Lillian Adiel. Evelyn Jimenez. Abisola Olu Oho. Ifioma Okeke. Michelle Cabrera, Jasmine Palaguachi, Eileen Ramirez, Ashley Narin, Candie Fanros, Theofieka Sampson, Arlene Coloma, Quanisha Turner, thank you, Armin Hawk, Stephanie Kahn, Tara Murphy, Edward Figueroa, Eric De Domenico, Cynthia Ponce, Natalie Monches, Evelyn England, Shauna Jackson, Ramisha Frazier, Isabella Madera, Rutong Zhao, Juleme Cepeda, Gisela Snailer, Shafraz Bax, Joanna Pachuelo, Karen Gregov, Dominic Cortez, Victoria Ang, Christian McKinsey, Stefan Zis, Angela Ruggiero, Desiree Vargas, Gabrielle Slatnik, Sarah Jobral, Carlos Yuli Restrepo, Mohammed Mahmoud, Diana Jean-Baptiste, Liesl Del Rosario, Caroline Ceballos, Jessica Roberts, Alexander Damian Nunez, Jessica Criollo, Michelle Sibley's, Francesca Simieri, Esther Thomas, Yudi Leonardo, Macaulay Oviedo, Tiffany Perez, Yvette Velasquez, Lisa Balsecha, Charlton Johnson, Kadayan Hay, Robin Watkins. All right. Erica Orozco, Anna Murillo, Yesenia Novoya, Rosita Saldivar, Maria Nicole Leodis, Selena Perez, Sering Mingzong, Hesenia Toro, Elizabeth Perez, Bienvenido Mendez, Niesha Scott, Natha Bowers, Melvin Taylor, Erica Cusco, Antoinette Modeste, Dion Forte, Mary Eugene, Janina Guzman, Patricia Swire, Alexander Charles, Simone Foster, Maria Carchi, Kimberly Taylor, Destiny Hamilton, Tasia Coleman, Nicole Encarnacion, Stephanie Sparks, Sharif Suarez, Diana Gonzalez, Lisa Gray, Stephanie Soriano, Ambika Prasad, Jada May, Mariama Diallo. Congratulations. Sophia Worrell, Cesar Hernandez,
Did I do all right? Okay.
Carlos Yuca, Sharon Ramos, Cara McAvoy, Daniel Sylvain, Andre Joins, Melissa Bim, Natalie Halil Farr, Amari Dixon, Jose Artiga, Melanie Mitchell, Dennis Pellner, Tessia Madore, Laura Castano, Adam Puertas, Erica Forducci, Jacob Oyibamiji. Carlos Ordonez. Joseph Earl. Rochelle Guillaume. Andrew Colazzo. Adriana Alvia Macias. Megan Peterson.
Khadijah Thomas. Nicholas Nikiforakis. John Mark Magbual. Brittany Henry. Jamie Roman. Nancy Lima. Ivan Vasquez. Gianni Bertolini. Lisette Tupakiupanki. Magina Marceline. Tyra Mitchell. Domenica Jaramillo. Melissa Ariza. Justin Montgomery. Reginald Lassane. Jeffrey Urrutia. Carlos Rivera. Alicia Pineda. Sanya Prival. Kemba Charles. Bianca Remy. Gabriel Carechia. Karen Molina. Brandon Cien. Malika Ramsarup. Venetia Marshall. Sophia Stajic. Raisa Tabassum. Keisha Brown. Christina Cruz. Christelle M. Nestor. Shanika Carlees. Charlene Carlees. Yoonji G. Kim. Ebony Dotsis. Wendy Rivera. Natalia Dunley. Shayla Liverman. Devin Olivas. Dalia Ramsamy. Taisha Spears. Rosemary Camarada. Sean DiStefano. Danielle Heath. Isandra Garcia. Princess Milliner. Teresa Wells. Rochelle Bennett. Regine Solanga. Joseph Yambao. William Leon. Jian Cheng. Zena Williams. Roxanne Yaru. Nyoka Gail Brown. Tanya Valdovinos. Michelle Ochoa. Tatiana Fisher. Mayra Chavarria. Jennifer Arenas. Ramon Rivera. Shishin Chen. Michael Chan. Ashling McClone. Jacoba Garcia. Shioma Jones. Shauna Blake. Matthew Dultz. Jacqueline Cabrera. Genesis Mendoza Bedoya. Jessica Sculion. Taylor Arena. Kenya Jones. Carly Joseph. Capri Ross. Monel Vandelon. Caroline Sanchez. Nicole Archie, Senia Arias, Rafael Vargas, Heidi Carillo, Saskia Persad, Alexa Rosenthal, Tiffany Gomez, Monica Hernandez Serna, Robert Centeno, Jennifer Robinson, Victor Germano, Sumaya Jamal, Hillary Ramirez, Nevisa West, Tiffany Apul, Anisis Ward, Justin King, Adriana Garcia, Renee Monteith, Okara Campbell, Edna Music, Baru McCliff, Dazzlin Mendoza, Jason Dida, Oluyemsi Ogunbila, Catherine Zhu, Fern Davis Hall, Miguel Cristanos, Dana Stropke,
Those students wearing a blue and white cord are graduating with honors, and students wearing a yellow stole are members of Phi Theta Kappa, the National Honor Society.
Will candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science please rise?
Dr. Call, the candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science are assembled. These candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am pleased to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Applied Science.
Upon the recommendation of the Vice President and the faculty of the college, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Applied Science with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto appertaining.
Kelvin Henry, Sergey Dumaev, Farani Kumar, Michael Jones, Gerardo Galarza, Edwin Zagane, Bharat Ganesh, Anisha Baptiste, Maria Perez, Gulshan Keshwani, Rigoberto Garcia, Fatima Faisal, Larissa Gongalves de Andrade, Marvin Jules, Mitchell Wong, Emily Ayala, Karen Trentacosta, Robin Garcia, Naomi Castro, Eric Breton, Mitzafar Zadak, Kudrat Tura, Jessica Arias, Rongua Lin, Robert Sine, Jose Osorio Hernandez, Snezana Baba, Yaneris Rodriguez, Kemi Rose, Noreen Peter, Jared Milano, Lahana Kuo, Jessica Urena, Priscilla Polanco, Denise Duran, Fanny Lopez, Elizabeth Tapia, Louis Javornicki, DeJuan Carter, Sarah Sirio, Chidozi Ifelzulumba, Nyasa Chambers, Panusha Patel, Vladimir Monroy, Melissa Vibach, Yangji Zhuan, Ivan Martinez, Kerly Katekchis, Cristina Jimenez Hidalgo, Robin Gordon, Norris Johns, Kathy Moldes, Kiro Boecher, Mattia Asciuto, Jessica Connell, Alchan Park, Joseph Okafor, Saifor Razib, Mid Khan, Andreas Kaliakamanis, Ronnie Martinez, Joanna Vela, Yi Han, Bibi Bacchus, Keisha Butler, Salami Rajendra Hostin, Kenneth Quiroz, Lino Maravilla, Joshua Rupansing, Ovais Ozair, Stephen Timmons, Dejan Davis, Lataisha Turner, Afroza Ahmed, Ite Kupperberg, Daniel Pavana, Dominique Forbes, Q Nwang, Steve Jackson, Kamoy McDonald, Shi Huswan Hua, Angela Etuaru, Jacqueline Cortez, Aiden Avery, Daniel Teneo, Kwabani St. Hilar, Androgina, Maha Mankur, Jasmine Wilson, Chengzi Huang, Radhika Khan, Rizel Fanina Flores, Sarah Winowski, Lerna Yasiltepe, Danny Yivigane, Connie Maza, Nadine Norton, Andres Paredes, Eric Cordova, Cassandra Cobena, Paul Lepore, Roddy Erstash, George Mora Rojas, Nafterson St. Cyr, Becky Uwadiai, Stanley Charles, Anthony Narayan, Mudrafsun Johnny Chowdhury, Arif Bella, Shazim Shamin, Joseph Pugliese, Joel Villanueve, Julian Ortiz, Jahordan Flores Mamani, Paolo Guardamino, Sean Pacheco, George Ampadu, Kevin Ramrup, Andy Ramdeen, Nishal Kaihari, Miguel Garcia, Rubidia Gonzalez, Kevin Carrillo, Otoniel Aparicio, Brian Velasquez, Dilcia Escobar, Idalia Escobar, Araceli Deodanes, Isabel Garcia, Diana Caro, Florin Kuzik, Yan Hu, Monica Duran, Melanie Batista, Cristel Guzman Acevedo, Yantian Lee, Danique Williams, Nina De Jesus, Cynthia Torres, Edward Baptiste, Melba Almeida, Deo Trowbridge, Sharon Hall Almeida, Sazarina Kalikdan, Amy Choi, Brandon Shulman, Feroz Ahmed, Carol Gomez, Jordana Romero, Thalema Mojes, Sandra Yanez, Ashmati Harilal, Edvani Jairam, Diana Altamirano, Michelle Mora, Nicole Naposki,
Aisha Sultana, Mara Patino, Elvia Bermejo, Abel Cox, Shireen Budram, Jonathan Ventura, Rahab Ramroop, Isaac Ramroop, Melissa Brown, Tevin Palmer, Jarrell Smith, Alexandra Caldwell, Carlos Abreu, Donald Jean-Pierre, Stefan Calixte, Christian Sanchez, Justin Tu. How? I didn't see it. Looks like an O. Delisa John. Didn't look like that. Looked like a 2-O-O.
Will the candidates for the degree of Associate in Science and certificates please rise?
The candidates for the degree of Associate in Science are assembled, as are the candidates for certificates. President Call, these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees, and I am pleased to present them to you. I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Science and grant their certificates.
Upon the recommendation of the Vice President and the faculty of the college, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Science with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto appertaining, and I grant you your certificates.
Now, Sylvia Mendez, Elizabeth Flint, Vivian Madera, Inés Sánchez Orozco, Erica Tenezaca, Jessica Herrera, Claudia Duran Garcia, Shirley Casado, Daniela Castro, Tia Edwards, Salvador Bueno, Stephen Rivera, Nichelle Faye Balani, Edward Serrata, Brianni Pina, Elizabeth Mancia, Zahira Beya, Tricia Griffith, Andrea Thompson, Kimberly Arenas, Kelly Yanes, Lakira Nobles, Sarika Ramden, Andy Polanco, Munasar Ahmed, Adonis Lopez, Shaniza Mohammed, Melissa Baptiste, Manuel Tambris, Quinice De Valle, Leslie Pimentel, Heather Gardner, Mutz Charmin Sultana, Jasmine Johnson, Redaline Simpson, Ronito Lakai, Alexander Chan, Felipe Alves, Johnny Fernandez, Alana Demos, David Riveros, Mildred Nolasco, Marquis Rawls, Arielis Estevez, Aisha Smith, Hilda Feliciano, Wakima Curtis, Mukta Mullah, Evelyn Louis, Martine Guyami, Judeline Souza, Byron Mocha, Yanan Sun, Huizin Yu, Nancy Molina, Amdi Ambas Ali, Raymond Arroyo, Kelly Espinosa, Jatna Reyes, Carlos Rivas, Malika Grange, Nafisa Chowdhury, Abam Rashid, Wu Chulrun, Carolyn Crowley, Camille Seabury, Christine Setineri, Nastasia Rayson, Brandon Duncanson, Brittany Matthews, Bizram Sirprisaud, Samuel Kwak, Jessica Alexis, Ronice Felix, Antoinette DiCaro, Cassandra Dorville, Zealand Ji, Ling Zhuo, Jabwei Li, Karen Perez, Kenar Burnett, Chelsea Jackson, Marvin Polo, Verda Liaqua, Diana Zurzan, Catherine Mira, Ashley Fajardo, Enrica Mendez, Deandra Dyer, Diana Velasquez, Dylan Johnson, Kiai Ren, Janice Hernandez, Geraldine Quiroga, Luis Shepard Jr., Jordan Dubiezi, Seiji Fenelon, Jessica Ramos, Nujrat Rafa, Brittany Rivera, Veronica Williams, Margaret de los Santos, Francisco Caban, Matthew Perez Rodriguez, Mariela Ramirez, Lalita Persol, Jose Medrano, Luigi Rivas, Stephanie Mendoza, Mageline Souza, Tyra Durham, Marlon Lopez, Daisy Urego, Leonmar Contreras, Joanne Pontorno, Anya Odelin, Samuel Dedier. Daniela Vasquez. Guadalupe Ramirez. Giovanna Wallace. Tanisha Penn. Shuindra Mangru. Melissa Victor. Destiny Rabel. Daniel Okian. Moses Garces. Karuna Rai. Stalin Leon. Kristen McGowan. Ashley Rivera. Kavil Rodney. Maria Palaguachi. Zhao Yuwu. Davina Persal. Saad Mansour. Mimuna Simika. Trisha Zamis. Pedro Montes Mendoza. Jamie Stock. Sabrina Brown. Lena St. Clair. Kunsuk Hare. Edward Ruiz. Bisam Mujtaba. Shanice Wright. Thomas Debenis. Fanny Bados. Juan Cruz. Danasha Robinson. Antoinette Malcolm. Gary Salmon. Eric Belopolsky. Razi Arabi. Rosalie Rocha. Chanel Rodriguez. Marie Francesca Berouet. Daniel Menard. Patrick Fatorma. John Timothy Hines. Jasmine Chung. Surgeon John. Tia Kennedy. Jasmine Russo. Yamelisa Rosario. Bridget Ceballos Plaza. Alisa Nelson. Christopher Dixon. Lovepreet Kaur. Samuel Griffiths. Vidisha Patel. Mavis Duncan Dyer. Diana Morales. Vivian Fernandez. Sharman Kanam. Andaraya Persad Harkishan. Aluja Leo. Marcus LaForestry. Daisy Espinosa. Gerline Hans. Sunara Sultan. Melissa Vega. Sarai Flores. Yasmin Cameron. Edwin Argueta. Stuart Bylon. Michael Franco. Meiji Lai. Felicia Uden.
Jillian Coley. Yafai Salazar. Angie Parapol. Michaela Sandy. Giselle Garate. Justin Caliendo. Lucy Chiopa. Kavita Persad. Dana Augustin. Dejon Bartlett. Whitney Hill. Charmin Sultana. Sukiyong Reed. Devaki Ramratan. Razia Rahim. Leslie Figueroa. Malad Nabi. Noe Pineda. Hugo Herrera. Marlon Espinosa. Gilberto Marcial. Hakeem Bevel. Christine Goulon. Bella Garcia. Ashley Jo Hamilton. Erica Gadsden. Emmanuel Mejia Barbano. Jeff B. Delisma, Giovanni Ramos, Angel Haynes Sharafant, Julissa Alonso, Sheila Janeo, Candace Sumter, Mikhail Fang, Ivan Ortiz, Ilyasa Bukhari, Miriam Abbasi, Shirizan Ramsuk, Mala Hassan, Rowan Jackson, Achara Ratuburi, Toon Mayat, Mio Thandar Ong, Mio Thuya Ong, Kayla Dima, Elizabeth Makani Bingham, Stephanie Lenano, Amanda Nero, Lynn Yang, Joan St. Luce, Epthar Mudassar, Chandra Ramsadar, Rawan Francis, Ahmad Ramani, Jasodra Ramedil, Israel Ortega, Dominic Smith, Tamar Osiasvili, Franklin Hernandez, Alexandra Toomer, Flor Gonzalez, Samantha Cabrera, Liliana Flores Duran, Jaylene Lopez, Isaac Utu, George Castillo, Joseph Dunham, Redondo Petillon, Shidi Petillon, Rayan Zaman, Devin Patente, Eva Villarreal, Yuriana Aguilar, Sadian Basara, Christopher Caceres, Matthew Doyley, Najmul Alam, Maisha Taranum, Kimberly Antoine, Sharon Nira, Nisha Khan, Nyla Arande, Kareem McKenzie, Shailanda Bosant, Dalita Carey Criado, Catherine Giraldo, Yunwan Zhao, Yi Yu, Bonaring Singh, Chelsea Velasco, Jessica Guerra, Jason Josephs, Nicholas Morris, Alexis Morales, Melanic Stewart, Vanessa Medley, Dapreen Vinsong, Ricardo Llanos, Ratna Kanhai, Julie Leong, Isaac Aisi, Christopher Lampett, Josh Persad, Walter McNeil, Anthony Vargas, Joseph Small, Alvin Javras, Leah Jones, Louis Centeno, Jolene Pierre-Louise, Charmaine Akili, Kanyelle Francis, Starshima Trent, Zuen Fang, Stephanie Zuniga, John Orihuela, Christian Pineda, Christopher Rodriguez, Belkis Rodriguez, Adolfo Coyoto, James Cervante, Andrea Varela, Rochelle Sylvester, Nusrat Sarwar, Stephen Palmer, Kenny Narvaz, Oshitosho Ilaka, Richard Chimbo, Erica Troop. Althea Burke. Lori Manya. Jerry Lancaster. Jasmine Gonzalez. Kiara Castillo. Maria Mosquera. Brandon Romero.
Graduates, your education at Queensborough, in and outside of the classroom, has prepared you to engage in a world which is more and more uncertain and ambiguous. Even with all you have learned, you may experience some anxiety or apprehension about taking the next step on your journey. Change is inevitable. Over your life, you'll experience it. It will be around you. It will be within you. And it takes courage to embrace it. But I want you to believe in yourself, as we, all of us, believe in you. You have been conferred degrees which bring rights and privileges. As a graduate, you also have a responsibility, and that is to participate in your community and larger society. As Queensborough graduates, please pledge to leave this world a better place than you found it. Will the class of 2017 please stand? Of the conferment of your degree, please move the tassel on your cap from the right to the left side. Congratulations. As these ceremonies come to a close, please remain in your places for the processional until all the members of the platform party have exited. Afterward, you are invited to meet your faculty by the department banners displayed along the track. On behalf of your teachers and the staff who played such an important part of your life, we congratulate you and wish you well. And I thank each and every one of you for being with us today. Again, congratulations. Yeah.